We all know that Remy was already out here having her little boy toy or whatever friend. He done came out and done said it that they were in a relationship 2 years.
Wow.
So don't look at me and say, oh, you just came and messed up this happy home and stuff like that. Because that's not what happened.
Because that relationship was already over.
That was already...
The internet is in absolute shock right now. After months of rumors, whispers, and subtle shade, the truth has finally come out. Papoose and Claressa Shields have just confirmed their secret affair. Remy Ma reportedly collapsed in tears after the announcement, and fans can't believe what's happening. A couple once known for loyalty just got hit by the ultimate betrayal. It was like the final piece of a puzzle finally clicked, and everything people were suspecting for months suddenly became real. The same couple that stood as a symbol of resilience and ride or die love now stood in front of the world broken, shattered by a truth too painful to ignore. And no one expected it to unfold the way it did. The moment the truth broke was as loud as a gunshot in a silent room. Claressa Shields and Papoose were part of an exclusive sit-down interview for a documentary-style podcast series focused on relationships in the hip-hop world. It was supposed to be about honesty, growth, and healing. But somewhere between a question about emotional temptation and loyalty, Papoose sighed deeply, looked down at the table, and admitted that he and Claressa crossed a line months ago. Claressa didn't deny it. In fact, she looked right into the camera and said, "I don't regret loving someone who was there when I needed it most." That was all it took. Everything after that moment spiraled. There was no denying it anymore. The rumors were real. The energy fans had been picking up on wasn't just imagination, it was confirmation. Word spread online within minutes. Clips went viral. Hashtags blew up. But what really broke people was the part about Remy Ma. She was reportedly in the audience that night, supporting what she thought would be a positive, healing conversation about growth. Instead, she watched her husband of over a decade confirm infidelity right in front of her. Witnesses say Remy gasped and stood up before collapsing in her chair. Security had to escort her out. Her face was soaked in tears, and she looked completely destroyed. She had no idea this was coming. And the betrayal hit her in a way no one could describe. For people who have followed Remy and Papoose since day one, this moment cut deeper than anything. Their history wasn't just about love, it was about survival. When Remy went to prison, Papoose held her down. He visited her, defended her publicly, and turned their love into a symbol of Black commitment and strength. It wasn't always picture perfect, but it was inspiring. People rooted for them because they seemed real. And when she came home, it was like their love had survived the impossible. They had built something powerful, and no matter what people said, they stuck together. That made this affair all the more painful. Claressa had been in the picture as a friend, as someone Remy trusted. She was welcomed into their circle, trained with Papoose, appeared in videos, and shared public support for Remy. Fans always felt like the three of them had something tight, a family vibe. But now people are digging into old footage, old Instagram posts, and noticing that something was always a little off. There were awkward glances, overly friendly captions, and tension that people ignored at the time. Some fans now say the signs were always there, but nobody wanted to believe Papoose would go there. Not him. Not after all he stood for. Behind closed doors, the damage was even worse. According to insiders, the fallout in the days after the confirmation was pure chaos. Remy reportedly returned to their home that night only to find Papoose already gone. What followed was a screaming match over the phone, with both accusing each other of betrayal. Sources say Remy brought up old wounds, including her past regrets and sacrifices, while Papoose said he felt abandoned and replaced emotionally for years. The fight wasn't just about cheating. It was about everything that had built up between them. The weight of loyalty, mistime, jealousy, and emotional exhaustion. And right in the middle of it all was Claressa, texting Remy long messages trying to explain, trying to say it wasn't planned, that it just happened. But Remy wasn't having it. She reportedly blocked her, cut ties immediately, and told friends she could never look at Claressa the same way again. Some sources say she left the house entirely and has been staying with her sister since then. The betrayal wasn't just romantic, it was layered, coming from two people she trusted, both of whom claimed to love her. Even Fat Joe, who's always been close to Remy, reportedly reached out privately. He didn't post anything online, but people close to him say he was disgusted and disappointed by how things unfolded. Fans didn't hold back either. The internet exploded. On Twitter, people expressed everything from heartbreak to fury. Some couldn't believe Papoose, the man who waited for his wife while she was behind bars, would turn around and do this. Others were quick to remind everyone that Remy had her own history of rumored infidelity, like the whispers involving Easy the Block captain, and claimed this was just karma circling back. TikTok was flooded with replays of old interviews where Claressa gave subtle hints, moments where she complimented Papoose just a little too much, or looked a little too comfortable sitting beside him. Now those clips are being dissected second by second. One video, in particular, shows a workout session with the three of them where Papoose and Claressa exchange a long look while Remy turns her back, a look fans now say speaks volumes. Reddit was even wilder. People there were convinced this affair started over a year ago during a joint training trip. Some believe Papoose emotionally left the marriage long before anything physical happened, and that Claressa just filled the void. Others say this whole thing is a cover-up, a distraction from something even bigger going on. So now the big question is, what happens next? People close to the situation say Papoose is in the process of moving out and trying to figure out co-parenting arrangements with Remy's kids. No one knows where Claressa stands, but she posted a now-deleted story on Instagram where she was smirking with a caption that read, "The truth sets you free." Fans took that as pure shade, and it added even more fuel to the fire. There are also whispers that Remy has contacted a lawyer. Some believe she's preparing for a messy divorce, not just emotionally, but legally. Others think she might go public with her own receipts to set the record straight. Right now, she's staying silent, but that silence is making people nervous. Papoose, meanwhile, has been deleting photos and muting comments, which only adds to the sense that this breakup is permanent. Some believe he and Claressa might go public as a couple, but most fans doubt that relationship can survive under the weight of the damage it caused. The public image fallout is already real. Brand deals are rumored to be on hold. Mutual friends are picking sides. And in rap circles, trust is broken. People are watching to see who says what because this story, as messy as it already is, might just be getting started. This situation is unfolding faster than anyone expected, and every hour something new drops. Remy's silence is loud, Papoose's confession has left fans heartbroken, and Claressa's role in this just made her one of the most talked about names in hip-hop scandal history. Do you think this affair was brewing for years, or did something finally snap? Should Remy walk away for good, or is this deeper than we know? Drop your take in the comments and don't forget to subscribe, because if you thought this was wild, what's coming next will shock you even more. For people who have followed Remy and Papoose since day one, this moment cut deeper than anything. Their history wasn't just about love, it was about survival. When Remy went to prison, Papoose held her down. He visited her, defended her publicly, and turned their love into a symbol of Black commitment and strength. It wasn't always picture perfect, but it was inspiring. People rooted for them because they seemed real. And when she came home, it was like their love had survived the impossible. They had built something powerful, and no matter what people said, they stuck together. That made this affair all the more painful. Claressa had been in the picture as a friend, as someone Remy trusted. She was welcomed into their circle, trained with Papoose, appeared in videos, and shared public support for Remy. Fans always felt like the three of them had something tight, a family vibe. But now people are digging into old footage, old Instagram posts, and noticing that something was always a little off. There were awkward glances, overly friendly captions, and tension that people ignored at the time. Some fans now say the signs were always there, but nobody wanted to believe Papoose would go there. Not him. Not after all he stood for.